Buses, your local bus company serving your football team. Buses run every 10 minutes. Avoid the traffic. Don't get stuck in the delay. Ipswich Buses, proud to partner with Talking Town. Hello again, my friends, and you are my friends, and welcome back to your full-time show. I'm, of course, your host, Dove, and before I go any further, you can, of course, support the platform through Ko-Fi or by becoming a YouTube member. The link is in the chat to do so. It's also a pinned comment if you are watching this show back. Now, this is the show, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 18 months, which gives you, the fans of ITFC, the chance to have your say in your words, unfiltered and totally live. There'll be a live link. There was a live chat. And in 32 years of watching football, in 18 months of doing this show, I don't think I've ever seen a more ridiculous red card than the one I have seen clips of today. I literally, if you haven't seen it, don't know how to explain it to you other than it's absolutely mad. It's ridiculous. It's bizarre. It's strange. It's justified. Fully justified. Let's get that one out of the way. But yeah, strange. And to top it off, my WhatsApp has stopped working. So I will try and get Curtis and Coxie the link the old-fashioned way through Twitter DMs. So if you're both watching this and wondering where your link to today's show is, check your Twitters, your DMs. I've just slid in both of yours to produce it. I have got the Cruncher here with me, though. He has returned. He had the first link. Just a ridiculous red card. I don't quite know how to sort of go any further with it.
Yeah, you see there today, Martin, why we're going to finish 9th in the league. You know, that's the whole reason. Yeah, look, it's a poor challenge from Burgess. He's on a yellow. I don't know what he's doing. He doesn't touch the goalie, right? But it's the intent. So it's a second yellow.
But it's the goalie. Like, most people haven't, if you haven't seen it, if you're just getting in from shopping, from work, whatever, and you go, oh, you got sent off. I must have had, the box or it's on the goalkeeper. But
if you're not going to kill teams off, you are always going to be susceptible to that, Martin.
Absolutely.
We shoot ourselves in the foot. Loads of pretty football, but we just don't create enough. That should have been, like I said at half-time, if you're a good side, you go and win that game 2 or 3-0. And at the minute, we're sometimes a good side, but sometimes not. And did you ever see Shrewsbury scoring? No, not really.
No.
Even the commentators were saying, I had the Shrewsbury commentators on. And look, it was a great strike. Great strike from Wally. He scored a great goal at Portman Road. And here we are sitting on a 1-1. And, Power... Yeah, I'm not at the game because I've got COVID. So that's why he said, look, I'm shocked that Cruncher's not at the game. And look, I'd have been disappointed. I'm disappointed sitting here because we should have won that game.
Comfortably should be sitting here talking about a 2-3. Dare I say, it's like the pre-game show, 4-0 win. It was that comfortable at times. Rob Smith, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is why we'll finish 9th. Another game thrown away. Yeah. Needs to be addressed for next season against these poor sides not winning. McSaucepan, that's traditional. If we drop points, others do. It gives us hope. Mike D, ridiculous from Burgess. But if we can't finish off a side like Shrewsbury, we don't deserve to be anywhere near the playoffs. Sums up the season.
Well, I said it before, mine. Not ruthless enough. We're too nice. All that nice passing. No, go and get another goal. Finish the game off. Put them to bed, and then you.
I agree.
But that's poor from Burgess. That'll be a 1-game ban, I know. But he's
Chance welcome Baggett, though. You'd have thought.
Well, you'd hope so now, wouldn't you? You would hope so because you're going to learn more. Look, baptism of fire for him to come in at Rotherham. Big game up there because they're stalling. Lost again, mine today. They did at home to Charlton. They're right on the ropes. But what makes me laugh is Oxford United. Look, I know we're not going to make the playoffs. Neither are they. The other week, they're giving it the big one when they scored that 95th minute equaliser.
Lost 3 in a row.
Unlucky lads. The wheels are falling off. You're not making the playoffs.
No, they don't look to be. Josh is worried about our lack of goals. Safety guide, time to face it. We're just an average mid-table third division side. Honeymoon over. Andy Barrell, I'm limping as I've shot myself in the foot. Paul May, if you have, get well soon. But if it's
I don't think yes,
just in case. Paul May, so you knew that if you shot from outside the box, you can score goals. It's a great goal to be fair, as well, from what I've seen.
Darren said in the chat that the goalie should have saved it. No chance. It's just a great strike.
Norman Greenwald. This game shows McKenna where we are deficient. Whilst Norwood scored, his hold-up play and passing was so poor it stopped further opportunities.
Yeah, he was poor. Aluko, look, everyone raves about Sonny Aluko, and I think, look, he's had a decent season. Anonymous, Martin. Anonymous today. What did he actually do?
Absolutely diddly squat. Absolutely nothing. Ben Moore, poor contact yet again. We can't kill teams off. Why can I see us struggling for a few more years again? Maybe it's the same old Ipswich mindset. Ben can see us struggling for a few more years. What do you think of that one?
No. It'll be addressed in the summer. Look, Leighton, my mate Norwood, he did nothing again and he scored. That is all he done in the game, and that's all he's done of late. You know, if he's that great, score another goal. You know, show more in your hold-up play.
It's Erna. How is their progress this season?
I don't look. That is a great question. It is a great question, isn't it, Martin?
Yeah, it's a great question.
We did say that last night. It's off the field, everything is running fantastic, but it is on the field where we're judged. Now, Kieran McKenna has been here not even half a season, so let's see what he can do in the summer in the transfer market, and let's see what he can do next season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I agree. I'm still baffled by that red card, you know.
If you make mistakes, it gives them a little hope in the game. It lifts the crowd.
But you're on a booking. I don't know why you're even thinking of challenge.
I totally agree. It's a needless challenge, you know. I don't know.
I don't understand what's gone through the bit between his ears. Like, what the fuck is he thinking? Literally, you're going. Keepers just you can't win that ball, even not on a yellow. It's like your little brother just picked up the Xbox controller and started playing FIFA. He's still not quite grasped at square with sliding. Why are we going to be
Man United's feeder club, Ben Moore? Behave.
I'm at a loss. McSaucepan, we need to be putting 2 or 3 goals away in games like this. If we don't, it's going to be edge of playoffs next year through drop points.
We know that. We say that every single week, and we know what we need to do in the summer.
Did you get an area of this like Mike D did? Half them in the departure lounge, Standard Airport, very flat.
A little bit. I did say that to the fisherman when I was WhatsApping him. It was a little bit like. It was a bit like that, apart from like the first 15, 20 minutes. Before the Lino got injured, I thought we played really well, and I thought we were going to put them to bed, but we didn't. And then it was probably just meandering, Martin, to a 1-0 victory, wasn't it? And we'd have all been sitting here happy. Then you give them that little hope with the red card, and then obviously what happens. And then we're a little bit panic stations them last 5 minutes, balls in the box, and we're defending, and you think, we shouldn't be doing this. We should have seen out the game. But we didn't. Absolutely.
Cruncher, we are 17 just asked something. We're not going to be. That's ridiculous comment, Ben. Love you, but that's a ridiculous comment. Andy, just release all our strikers and get some in. None of the current strikers are good enough to get us up. None of the current strikers, he meant. Sorry, not 9. I think, have we got 9? Let's bring in Lee Ando. Lee, welcome in. What did you make of today's game?
Oh, well, we were in complete control, weren't we, until the sending off. And it's just,
I'm going to let you and Crunch talk. I'm going to go and see if I can find Curtis and Coxie and sort my phone out. 2 seconds.
Burgess, I mean, you know, a centre-back in that position, in the 6-yard box, going at the goalkeeper like that after making a run forward. He's gone in and, yeah.
What do you think goes through his head there, Lee? Look, we've all played football and we all do have
I think he's not used to being there, is he? He's not used to being there, and it's a split-second decision, isn't it? You see the goal, you see the glory, you see, you know, I can intercept that, I might get that, and I might score, but he's on a yellow card, and and that when he's made that decision, he's not quite seeing the bigger picture, is he? And it's just happened. But I mean, that changed the game. I know we can sit here and I know we're all upset, and I know we've got to score more goals, but we were in complete control of that game, weren't we? they were never going to. They were never ever going to score when we had 11 players on the pitch. So, you know, I know people were saying earlier, "Oh, we're ninth for a reason." We're not ninth under McKenna, and we won't be ninth next season. That's.
But we still,
you know,
but we can't really say that
you've
because under McKenna, yeah, fair enough. I do get that point, but we still, as a football club, we're ninth.
No, absolutely. The season for where we've finished has been a disaster. Let's be honest. You can't have you can't finish ninth in League One again and call it a success. That's just not it. You know, overall it's been a poor season, but the hope is, you know, we've got a better second half of the season. You know, we've got reinvestment, but you know, and that's not straightforward. The reinvestment next season is not straightforward, is it? Because we've still got to bring players in if we do, and they've got to be the right players, and that could be a gamble. So it's not you know, oh, McKenna will sort it out next season, we'll get the right players in. That's not a given. That's never a given, and you know, you've got to be humble with that and just say, you know, let's just see what we get. But in terms of football and everything, we're just miles better than them, and I know the result doesn't show that, but you know, we
can't keep sitting here saying we're miles better than these teams.
No, we can't. No,
we don't put them to bed, and we leave ourselves open. And I do agree with you. Look, the red card, it does change the game because, like I said before you come on, it gives them a lift. They were never in the game. Even their commentators were saying they weren't in the game.
Yeah,
they weren't doing anything. The game, there was nothing really happening. Second half, there wasn't a lot happening. It was sort of it was one of them end of season games for me, and we'd have took the 1-0 victory and we'd have moved on to Rotherham on Easter Saturday, wouldn't we? Now we're frustrated because we've done that. Look, Burgess, I'm sure he'll be sitting on that bus reflecting tonight, going home thinking, what was I doing? But look, he's an experienced footballer, Martin, but everyone can lose their head. You've seen the most experience. Look at Zinedine Zidane in the World Cup final. I know someone said something about his mum. But fair play. But he's lost his head, and he's head buzzed.
It happens.
You know? Everybody's human, and everyone makes mistakes. So let's not kill Cameron Burgess here. He's not lost it.
He's not lost it because he's lost his head. He's just generally gone. I think he had good intentions, as Ian Atkins said on the commentary, and I think, you know, he had good intentions, but he's just the wrong place at the wrong time, and just that's that split. That decision making in that moment, you don't get enough time to think, I'm on a yellow, am I going on the goalkeeper? And he thinks he's just generally going to stop the ball, and he's not. You know, I mean, if you put it on the VAR, did he actually touch him? And is the intent there? Probably not. You know, he's not raging, but it's a booking, and that's just all those little things that have come on. But just going back to your point earlier about, you know, about going forward and things like that. I think sometimes it's a bit too easy for us in a possession. I think, you know, it's not. We're so good at keeping the ball sometimes that we're overkeeping it, and I think that goes back to how we were sometimes under Lambert. And I think, you know, you can't penetrate enough. I think there was one time early on in the second half where they really pressed us, but we managed to get the ball out. But it was like that last millisecond of getting the ball round and we moved the ball out. I think, you know, that's the problem we face. I think sometimes we're just too good with the ball and we're not penetrating enough. But people coming on in, putting comments about Norwood again. Bloody hell! I mean, come on. He scored the goal. And what other chances did he have?
What about his hold-up play, though, Lee? Talk to me about his hold-up play, because I thought it was quite
cool. It's not, you know, he's no Ironside, is he? I mean, let's be honest. You know, I mean, the guy who can't run more than 3 miles an hour and stuff like that. But he has moments. He has moments where he does pass it well and moments when he doesn't. But he's a threat, isn't he? He's a threat in behind, and he's a threat in, you know, with his back.
Would you keep him?
See, you keep asking me. You all keep asking me this. It depends what the plan is for next season. I think, out of all our strikers we've got at the moment, he's the most all-round striker. He can do a little bit of everything. Now, whether or not we can give him that another season, or he can go somewhere else and get 2 seasons and the money.
I can't see him being number one right?
This
is where
it may not be. No, I think
with him.
I think Jackson's number one. But
this is where I think
Possibly.
about Norwood, Lee. I think that he'll probably want to go and he'll want to play somewhere.
Yeah.
He's not going to be content being second fiddle, really, because he's only going to play one. He's only going to play one. Whatever anybody says, we're not playing two up front. He's not going to play that system. So whoever it is, whoever he brings in, he might bring in a striker to fit that role, and then Caden Jackson's on the bench or whatever. But I think James Norwood, at his age, will want to play football. I can't see him want to be in and out the team and not playing some weeks, playing a few minutes here. I think he'll want to go and play.
Yeah, I think it's interesting though what Ashton was asked on the Blue Monday podcast at the interview there when he was asked about. Well, it was a follow-on question from Phil Ham in the fans forum. They were asked something about depending on have you got a different budget or different set of player depending upon what league you're in. And I think the politician's answer was, we have a profile and all this sort of thing. We'll select players. Well, ultimately, you've got to get players. You've got to pay them. You've got to pay them to drop down. That's the bottom line. But then on the Blue Monday podcast, he was asked about something, and Ashton said something about, well, it depends what league we're in. So I would say if we were, we're not getting promoted now. Let's be honest. But if we were going to be a championship side, then I think there's more chance of clearing out three of the strikers. But under League One, I wonder if he might say, well, actually, these strikers are good enough, because he's worked with the players, so he's worked with the four strikers that we've got. So nothing else is a gamble, is it? If he's sitting there thinking, well, let's get so-and-so in, or let's get this in, do they cost more money? Are they really better than what we have? And so that could be a gamble. So up front, he might settle for what he's got. So going back to your question that you asked me probably about 10 minutes ago now, he could keep him based on that. We can't keep throwing money at all.
You said, didn't you? You said the other week that you wouldn't have a problem keeping all the strikers.
No, I wouldn't. I cannot.
23 goals between them, Lee. That's not good enough.
I know. Yeah, but we've not scored that. Yeah, but Burns has scored them. Chaplin has scored them. It's not like it's not. It's a fine balance. It's a fine balance. So come on. Would Ironside be better than the four strikers we've got? No, he's not. But he's a single striker that plays every game. So he gets a run of games. They lump the ball into him. He's good in the box. He's not what we need.
He fits Cambridge, doesn't he, Joe Ironside?
Yeah. He does.
Ipswich. He's horses for courses. He is.
Yeah.
It's a bit like Joe Pigott, though. It's like Joe Pigott, Lee. We wanted a 20-goal season striker. Yes. Yeah. We got one, and he scored 2 league goals. And people could say, he's not had a chance. But when he has had a chance...
Let's turn it around. Will Keane. He couldn't hit a barn door. He couldn't hit a barn door at our place, could he? And now look at him. So was he a bad striker, and now he's a good striker? No, he's the same player. It's just that he's had a run of games, or the team's been suited to him. So I think, it's really, really difficult. We haven't got bad players at the club. We have some of the best players. We have the best squad. We do have that.
We don't.
But we've had.
The best squad.
Pardon?
We don't have the best squad.
Well, we do. Oh, we do.
We don't.
We dominate games.
We've got the best squad.
No. We've had 2. Have we had the best manager all season? No.
We have had him since Christmas.
Have we had the best team? Have we had the best team?
Since Christmas, and we're still 9th.
We're still drawing Shrewsbury. We're still getting beat at home by Cambridge.
Oh, we can have games like that, but those 2 games under McKenna. Look at the first half of the season. Okay, I sat here and defended Cook all the way through, and I'll hold my hands up and say, he's gone. So we've got 2 seasons here. Let's look where we are under. We're now, looking at the games that we've had today. We lost to Cambridge. Yes, we did. Okay, but we're in that moment because of the first 22 games where we were 11 points. 11 points.
Same players who you're calling the best squad now.
Well, yes, absolutely. The best squad of players. Technically, how many players will you say are technically better than our players? But But it's not
We're
about
not the
that.
best
You
team.
can have
We
the
might
best.
have the best. You could have the best players in the world. If you haven't got a team, you won't do
That's
anything.
my point. I didn't say we've got the best team. I said we've got the best squad of players. So you've got to gel them into a team. So
Don't use that word.
Yeah, you are.
Don't use that gel word again.
Yeah, well,
We
sorry,
haven't got that.
but you know what I mean. You've got to be a team, haven't you? And
Yeah,
if you know,
definitely.
if you're a team that knows what you're doing, and you work together, and you know your roles, and it comes together for a time, then you've got that. But you can see when we play that we have got better players. But you've still got to go out and do it as a team. You can't be individual players. You can't be. And I think the first half of the season, our tactics were terrible, weren't they? I mean, come on, we all said it. We were entertained. You know, we played this little box. We had a back two that were getting absolutely murdered on the counter attack every sort of 10 minutes when we lost the ball. But under McKenna, it's different. And you've only got to listen to.
I don't know if you got the comments up from Ollie.
No.
And he says, I've never known a team to have so much of the ball all season and do absolutely nothing with it. And look, on occasions we do a bit with the ball, but on other times, I've said this before on here, we have loads of the ball. We never, ever look like we're going to score or create anything. And the same happened today.
Ollie didn't watch us under Lambert then. That was even worse, was it not? Was it not? And then
was
we
it not
sat
half
here,
the budget though?
You know, go on, I see Martin's grinning, but
was it not half the budget though?
Yeah, he did have other, but so what does that say about Paul Lambert? But that's another story. Let's not go there. But I think
he's gone again.
Who's gone now? Where's he gone? Where's he gone?
He's disappearing, mate.
Yeah, I just, going back to Ollie's point.
It is frustrating because today we should have seen out that game and we should have won the game. And look, I know it wouldn't have mattered in the grand scheme of things. We're not going to make the playoffs, but we have to be more ruthless next season, Lee, when we go into these places, when you're 1-0 up. And when you're on top in the first half, get a second goal. Make it easier for yourself. And then if something like the Burgess red card happens, you've got that safety net, haven't you? You've got that 2-goal advantage. And fair enough, you're going to have a little bit of pressure the last 15 minutes. But when you're only 1 goal up like today, and I couldn't see Shrewsbury scoring, they were creating nothing.
Never.
And then there's panic stations after that, though. As soon as they score, they're thinking, blimey, we've got another 5-10 minutes. We could win the game. And you're thinking, they should never, ever be in that position. No,
but we didn't sort of succumb to the second goal, did we? So is that a mini positive? But I mean, I think it's really difficult. And I think when you play at this level, and a lot of the players, they're technical players, but sometimes it's the mentality, isn't it? You've got to see that out. You've got to be able to deal with that. And perhaps we did today. I mean, I remember under Lambert, when Downs got sent off after a silly amount of time, and we saw the game out quite well and those sort of things. But you've got to look at that. I thought the players, to be fair, they dug in. I mean, Thompson didn't do too bad as the left-sided centre back, did he? So I don't know what that means for Baggett next week.
Didn't win a header though, did he?
But
the vital header, he didn't win it.
He won it. He flicked it on.
He didn't win it. The Shrewsbury player
off his head.
What vital header?
For the goal. For their goal.
I mean, come on. I mean, that is a tip. I mean, that goal, right? It's a great goal. Let's not. But it's a typical League One shinner from 30 yards. That's how. Right? You watch League One. They're either scored from headers.
He shinned it.
Or he shins it from 30
hang
yards.
On.
Right?
We wouldn't score a goal like that because we're trying to pass it into the net, Lee.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I don't disagree with that. We need someone in midfield that's gonna, for all Aluko's skills, he's not strong, is he? Aluko's not going to score. He's not going to rush you one from 25 yards. That's the weakness with someone like Aluko.
Aluko's not going to do much, it seems. Let's be honest, Lee.
No. He fits into what we're trying to do. I think from that terms of
You're right.
He wins the ball back.
Yeah.
He's running around midfield. He's winning the ball back. They're hard to do. He's hard to deal with. He's picking up positions. I mean, I thought Chapman had a good game in terms of what he was told to do and what he was trying to do. But I think someone said, we got more crosses into the box. I think the Fisherman said it. We got more crosses into the box in the first 5 minutes than we have done for loads of games. And
True.
Matt Penny, shout out to Matt Penny. I thought, he got into some really good positions, and the ball come into the box first half, where I think Ian Atkins was saying, "Oh, it was almost sort of shouted for a pen," but I mean, it never was. But he was right in there, and I don't think that Thompson would have got that far forward. So, shout out to Matt Penny. I think he did okay and looked a threat down the left side.
30-yard shinner. I've heard it all now. Says Felix.
They do. It's one of those ones. I'll tell you what. He can hit that 10 times, and the other 10 will go in the stand.
All right.
That's what I mean by a shinner. That's that FXT Blues. That's what I mean by a shinner. He's caught it once. He's hit it. It's dipped. I mean, the dip on it is what's probably beat the goalie at the end. It seems like it's sort of dropped down on him. But we've conceded a goal after going
the goalkeeper.
Pardon?
I would have thought the pace is what beat the goalkeeper.
Well, yeah, but you get dipped as well. It's got some dip on it as well.
He did score a great goal at Portman Road as well, Sean Wally.
Yeah.
So let's not say that was a fluke.
No,
Craig at Portsmouth.
That's not being against him, but if you're playing a game and you concede from 30 yards, how often are you going to lose or drop points with a goal that's gone in from 30 yards? How often?
Well,
Doesn't happen. I mean, he could have sailed that on another day. That goal could have easily, or that shot could have easily gone out of the stand or out for a goal kick or hit a couple of defenders. The point I'm trying to make is it's a 1 in 10 or a 1 in 20, and I thought, what could we do about that? That happens. That happens.
But if you're not ruthless enough,
absolutely,
this is what happens.
Yeah, it can happen.
You can't keep crying on here about, oh, we should have done this. The ref didn't do that. You've got to do the job yourself, Lee.
Nothing wrong with the ref. Nothing.
No, but I'm saying on weeks past, time was
yeah,
stuff like that. Look, score a second goal and the game's done.
Let's get some comments.
The same things.
Craig at Portsmouth, Aluko wouldn't get into any top side in this league. Wake up. We've got Josh Russell. I do agree. Josh Russell, Aluko is poor, as Ben said last week. No way she start ahead of Selena. Safety guy, worryingly, over the last 6 weeks or so, a lot of the momentum has dropped off. Saucepan, Backinson's few soft shots from 30 yards, all we've tried in terms of shooting long. I'd like to see more of it. Keepers can be suspicious in this. Yeah, I do agree with that. Norman Greenwald, if the season had started with McKenna joint, we'd be in the top 6. You can see us really strengthening in the summer. Today's result is irrelevant. Mike Baker, second half, I think we were totally unprofessional. The players have to take all responsibility. Two knifers and one too many nice players. I think the way we play, at times we don't rough and tumble it enough. Mike D, you can't pick out the best squad after the 2 transfer windows. It takes a long time to find a very good squad. Wigan are about to return to the Championship. They did it. This time last year, they were clinging to stay in the division. Now they can't wait to escape it.
Yeah,
it can be done, and it has been done on many occasions. We just got Cook and they got Richardson, and we know who the brains of the outfit clearly was on that one. Terry, is the best squad in the league going to get the 4 points to equal the awful team from last year?
Well,
it's hard to argue with that one. Jeremy, what's your thoughts after today's game?
Absolute tosh.
Best team in the league, says Lee.
Tosh.
No, I didn't say that. I said best squad.
Best squad. It's my mistake. Best squad in the league.
Well, the thing is, as Lee said, we need to get a second goal and kill them off before they ever get a chance of scoring.
That's not us, though, is it? At the moment, but that's just not what we're doing.
We're
quite fortunate to get the one goal these days. Let's be honest. When we got the goal, I was a bit surprised. We've struggled to even get those most weeks. Was it Burgess? Is it all Burgess's fault today, Jeremy, or is there somebody else that didn't perform? How did you see it today? Because we are marooned in League One again.
I haven't, to be honest, I haven't really heard the match. I've just been watching it on the results come in, the scores come in on Sky Sports. But when we had that red card, I thought for some reason I had a feeling someone was going to get a red card today, but I didn't think it would be Burgess. I thought it might have been Morsey or something, because he got booked quite early on.
He did. What do you make of Lee's claim then about best squad? Because he's not the only person to think it or to say it. Many have done.
I'm not too sure. We got a great bunch of guys, but does a great bunch of guys make a good team? I mean, you can have all the best players at a squad, and take a look at Chelsea last week at Brentford. They thought they had the best team out on the park, and yet they capitulated to 4-1 after going 1-0 up.
Yeah, I'll take that on board. But this week they went and smashed Southampton away 6-0, because that's what, when you've got the best team or a better team than most of the league, that's what happens, Rich. You don't mess up multiple weeks. You go the following week and you smash the nearest team in a little bit of
Exactly. That's why earlier in the week I was saying 7-0 Ipswich, because we needed to smash a team 7-0.
Are alarm bells ringing for you, Jeremy?
Not just yet.
No. How about you, Rich?
Not at all.
I think McKenna needs a full season, literally a full season, to see where we're at.
Yeah, possibly so. We've got Colin trying to join us, but the link is, I think he's moving, and the link isn't strong enough, because it keeps coming and going and coming and going.
And Curtis then,
Well, Curtis, there must be something I don't know about, because Curtis is taking his missus to the train station and Cox is picking up Matty from the train station.
Oh, bloody hell.
There's a lot of train stations being visited.
They need to get their priorities right, don't they, Lee?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's because they know you're on the show, C Crunch.
Well,
and they know
there you go. I've saved the day.
You can't compete with the best. So why do we bother?
Did you pick the winner in the Grand National, Gov?
Noble Yeats that won the Grand National, wasn't it? I didn't.
What was the odds on that?
Oh, it was quite far out, I think.
But it was, unfortunately, I don't bet as a rule, but I was thinking of betting today, but I never got round to it.
I'll save you money. You done well.
Yeah. I don't bet. I don't bet, because mine will still be running next year, and I still won't win next year's race.
Normally when I bet on a horse, they're still running next week.
Yeah, absolutely. Change football teams then.
Yeah, that's true. I don't bet.
A bit like
that's why I got West Ham as well.
Bloody hell, Jeremy! I only do 2 horse races a year: the National and the Derby. That's because I've been brought up on it every year.
The only team I do up in Scotland is Celtic.
Well, that's the only team in. I'm not going to go open that can of worms.
Whoa, steady on.
I didn't go there. I stopped myself. Let's do some player ratings to close up the show. Before I do, Norman, we are trying to fix 15 years of poor investment and mediocrity. Change takes time. We are getting Premiership level infrastructure. The squad and team will improve. Trevor, to say with the best squad is actually quite arrogant. Christopher, 100% not the best squad for this league. So much many of the same players. And Glenn, to say we have the best squad, suggesting the manager doesn't know which players to pick. It suggests that the players aren't playing to their potential, says McSaucepan. And Ben Moore, we can't blame Cook. We need to blame the players. As a team, it's very poor. And as individuals, we are good. But as a team, we are shite. I won't know what Ben Moore meant about a feeder team. I didn't see him ever come back.
Well, he was on about, because they had the 2 Man U youngsters were training with us, didn't they? Charlie Savage being one of them.
So, Sunderland had one the other week. Does that mean Sunderland's?
But they're only training in town. They're only training.
Ben needs to wake up. Every club's a feeder team.
Well, they are in the 3rd tier of English football. Yeah, that's what we were saying last time.
Unless you're the top 4 in England, every club's a feeder team.
I completely and utterly agree with you there. Fully agree with you. Yeah, it's all about how much you can get while you're feeding them, really.
Yeah. And how cheap you can feed them.
Well, right. Christian Walton, out of 10. Crunch, what would you give him today? Quiet
6.
day.
6.
6?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Back 3. Donasian, Lee.
He was okay. 7.
7. I'm not going to ask you, Jeremy, because I know you didn't see it, but Wolfenden, how good has he been since McKenna took charge for you?
Miles better.
again today, stepping out of defence, looking commanding, looking good. Is he a player you're concerned that we're not going to keep hold of in the summer, or do you think we're going to be talking about backs?
Keep hold of Wolverhampton for sign them up for another 2-3 years.
Well, 2 or 3 years. I like that. Okay. Out of 10 today, Rich, would you get Wolfie what? 7, surely?
Man of the match. We don't do halves, do we?
No.
I'll give him an 8.
Give him an 8. All right.
Yeah.
Christian Burgess, Lee.
Well, if you take into account the sending off, in actual fact, do you know what? His booking, just going back to that about the send, his booking was not a booking. That was not a booking. He didn't touch him, and he dived. So, I'm not going to defend him.
But the first one.
Yeah, the first one was never a booking.
Well, he pulled him
the
back.
First one was never. Honestly, the first one was never a booking. Absolutely never. Never touched him. But anyway, so because he got sent off, because he lost his head, 5.
Yeah.
Changed the game.
Changed
the game the wrong way.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, we've been missing a mad dog since Knudsen left. So.
Well, he shows his weakness. He shows that weakness when that ball was played in that channel. When he got the first booking. Although he didn't, I don't think he touched him. But that's his weakness, and that's where he gets.
This is the thing, though, Lee. We were seeing the game out to half time, and Burns has given a really poor pass there that's put us in trouble.
Oh, absolutely.
We won the attack. The half's over. Get it in the corner. Get it up the other end. And little
maybe
things like that. Little details.
Hindsight's a great thing, though, isn't it?
It is.
Sorry, I've just noticed I'm saying Christian, but I meant Cameron Burgess. We'd be better off with signed bloody Christian Burgess. Believe me. Currently playing for Union SG in Belgium. Was at Portsmouth last year.
He played for Pompey with a ponytail.
Yeah, great defender.
Good player.
We'd be better off signing Christian. Anyway, I meant Cameron. Max says no point getting angry about today. None whatsoever. Max wouldn't get angry about any game because you're not allowed to get angry after any game. And then by the time you are allowed to get angry, you might as well not bother because the season's already over.
You're not getting angry. Not angry at all.
No, it's just that every week he says, can't get angry. It's my anger, and I'll get angry if I want to. Name that tune. Where was I? Burgess. Oh, Penny. Matt Penny, Rich. Don't give him a 5.
Average. Like the team today.
No, you're going to say
6. He's all right.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
I so badly wanted it to be a 7. So badly.
No, he weren't good enough for a 7.
But he was no worse than Dominic Thompson's been. Or no better. It was exactly the same.
They're, like I said at half time, they do different things, It depends what you're looking for. But I thought he was all right.
I'm looking to win games of football. Can either of them do that?
Average.
Midfield. Sam Morsey, Lee.
8.
8. Okie dokie. So was he your man of the match?
Well, I know Crunch gave
Wolf 8.
Wolf an 8, but I think there was you can split there. Morsey was always available. He was turning. He was keeping the play going. It just people say we haven't got the best squad, best players. I mean, he's just a cut above everyone. Every week he's nearly a cut above everyone else on the pitch. Every week. So I thought he was an 8. I thought he led it really well.
We need to stop, Lee, blowing smoke up our players' arses when we're still
we're not. He does what he does.
9th. We are still 9th, and you're telling us all we got the best squad. We haven't got the best squad.
We have. We've got the best players. Ask every manager.
They're all going to say, Ipswich are great because they're not threatening anybody.
It was because it's true. It's because it's true. Morsey was a cut above every player on that pitch. We controlled. You're passing the ball. You're controlling the ball. He was turning one way, turning the other. He didn't. I don't think he lost the ball once. He was passing. No. Who's better than Sam Morsey? Who's better than Sam Morsey in League One?
We can actually praise everybody. We can't praise everybody and pat everybody on the back when once again we're still 9th and we still haven't got as many points as we had last season.
Well, that's another story, isn't it? And I've got some points on that.
But so we haven't got Burgess, the best squad, have we?
So if Burgess doesn't get sent off, everybody's player ratings go up by 1 because we won 1-0. You can't just look sometimes at the result. You've got to look at what happened in the game. And you're asking me what Morsey did. and Morsey was a solid 8 again. He holds the midfield together. He drives the team forward. He's an
Straight
8.
from Portsmouth, best individuals. No way
No
are
way,
we
yeah,
the best.
fair point.
Well, that's
All right.
I'm not denying that. We've got the best squad of players.
Well,
We've got
all
the
right.
best squad of
What's
players.
the difference then? Hang on. Best squad
Yeah,
and best team. What's the difference? Because
because you
if
can
we got
gel
the
as a
best
team.
squad, if we got the best squad, are you saying that McKenna doesn't know which ones to pick to make the best team?
No, he does, but Cook didn't for the first 23 games. There you
We
go.
can't keep harping back to that.
Well, that's what happened. That's
just
just
for as well as
the
we've done under
mathematical facts
Kieran,
of
we
what's
haven't
happened, isn't
actually
it?
gone anywhere.
Game of 2 seasons. Hang on, just need to shut the door.
As procrastinating Womble says, pick a dream squad.
Know his best team.
I think he does by now. Pick a dream squad. See how many town players make it.
No, none of our team will make the team of the year out of this league.
But it doesn't mean that you haven't got the best squad, then, does it? Because you've still got all the other players.
We're still going to be playing.
Okay, so if you pick the best team of the
Forest
season,
Green next season, we're still
I'm
going to
glad
be
you
playing.
stopped by.
pick the best
I really
team of the
am.
season. Pick the best team of the season, and will they all come from the same club? No, they won't. They'll come from 10 or 11 different teams. So we have the best squad. I can argue this with anybody all day long. You watch the football.
We should have the
we've got
best squad. We spent 9 million. We spent 9 million.
Yes, exactly. Well, we've still got the best squad.
But
Whether we spent 100 million or 9 million.
But we're
That's
still
the fact
9.
is we've got the best squad.
We're still
Who's
9.
better than Walton? Who's better than Walton? Who's better than Walton?
Doesn't
Who's got a
matter.
better
Individually,
who's got
you're
a
saying
squad?
individually they're good players, which I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah.
But as a team, we haven't beaten Shrewsbury. We've taken 4 points off the teams that got promoted. You know? How many top 6 teams have we beaten?
I'm just telling you we've got the best squad of players.
Look,
That's
you're
my
not
point.
coming back with me. You can keep saying we've got the best squad,
But
we've still took 4 points off of Morecambe. Look at Morecambe's budget.
Yeah.
Look at Cambridge United's budget. Look at Bolton.
But we've still got the best players.
We haven't, though.
We have.
Clearly haven't got the best players.
We've got the best technical players. We have.
I don't know if Lee's come on. He's got active dick in his ear. Now say they're the best team. Now say they're the best players. I don't know.
Well, I'm not going to say they're the best. They are the best.
Everyone in the chat, Martin, you've got to run a quick poll. Everyone, how many people are watching the show?
Let me go to YouTube and I will do it.
Hang on.
You're twisting it, mate. You're twisting it. We have. Okay, our 4 strikers. Who's got the depth of our 4 strikers?
Right,
Name
what's
your club. Name your club. Name your club. Name your club. Who's got the best? Who's got 4 best?
goals between 4 of them.
Okay, but are they better? Are they better?
The question is, do we have the best squad in League One? Are you happy with that question, Mr. Anderson?
I don't mind what anybody says. I know
you don't.
But you know, we're 9th. Of course, we're 9th.
Could finish 10th, you know, looking at the league table.
We could finish 10th. We could finish 11th. Yeah, we could.
Don't depress it by saying 11th.
But don't. You know, we've underperformed across the season. But the season is of 2 halves, and that's the point that I'm trying to make. Okay, you know, is there a better midfielder consistently than Sam Morsey in that 11 across the teams? You know, the strikers. Yes, there will be strikers that will score more goals than our 4. But look what we have We had Selena on the bench today. Selena on the bench.
Selena or Scott Twine? Who would you have?
Oh, that's hard.
So is that as a squad or as an individual
You're going
player?
on about Selena, right? You're going on about Selena.
I'm just saying about Selena, but he was on the bench. Would Scott Twine be on the bench for Ipswich?
Scott Twine.
Would Selena be on the bench for every other League One side? The point is about a squad. A squad of players. We have the strength in depth that no other club has got. That's a simple fact.
Jeremy, are you cooking dinner there?
Trying to.
What have you got?
Risotto.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Jeremy, go and cook your dinner, mate. Don't worry about us. We'll argue with Lee until he's blue in the face, but you enjoy your risotto.
Okay, take care.
Look after yourself. Good old Jeremy, cooking the risotto. Love it. That question is really hard for me, Crunch, Selena or Twine, because stats tell me Twine, heart tells me Selena.
He's got 25 goal involvements this season.
I know.
I'm a massive Selena fan. Don't get me wrong, but Scott Twine every day of the week.
If Scott Twine gets injured, who comes on for them? Who comes on for them if he gets injured?
MK Dons are second in the league. MK Dons are second in the league. Have they got the best squad then?
But that's a different argument. I'm talking about the players. The players individually. We have the strongest set of players. They're just not gelled.
Listen, take off the blue tinted glasses.
That's not, mate. It's not at all.
You are. We are ninth in the league, and you would think
we've got the best
squad. Why are we ninth? Answer me that.
Because of Paul Cook. There you go. I've answered the question. You've asked me the question. I've answered.
Why is it raining? Because of Paul Cook.
We got 6 points.
Because of Paul Cook.
We got 6 points in the first 8 games. There we go. There we go. And
because of Paul Cook.
We've basically the same squad. We've basically the same squad of players.
What's that? Yeah, but the second half of the season under McKenna, we're in the top 6.
Guys, we could literally do this all night long.
Yeah,
but
we haven't gelled as a team. We've been dreadful as a team for a lot of the time. We haven't got the results. We haven't. But you can't tell. I've watched every game on iFollow. Okay, but not as many as Mike. And I've watched all the home games. Okay, live, and I've watched some away games live. Okay, and there are individuals in teams that you would say, "Cool, we wouldn't mind having them in our team." But as a squad, as an overall collective, we've got Lee Evans who's sitting on the bench, who's injured. Okay. He's not getting a look at the moment because he's injured.
Say we had the same squad next season, we didn't sign anybody.
We'll be top 6 easy. We'll get promoted with the same squad. I believe that. I do generally believe that. With the same squad, we could do that, and I've said it on here.
Chris Bell's deluded. LEE.
I'm not deluded. Because you've got to strengthen in that, but I genuinely believe that. I've said that on here before. There's 4 things that make the club successful: the fans, the board, the manager, and the players. Okay? Last season we had 3. We had the wrong board, until the takeover. Then Cook came in. Then we only had 3 because we didn't have the right manager. Now we've got the right manager. Now we've more or less got the right players. We've got the fans.
But didn't you want?
And we've got the ownership. So you have to have all 4.
Did you want Paul Cook sacked?
No. See, this is the point. I didn't. No, because I said you've got to give him time. But what can you say now? McKenna's proved me wrong. I'll sit here and hold my hands up when things don't go right, or when I've made a mistake, or when I've said something. A bit like Crunch, Sometimes you put your head above the parapet and you.
But we have still failed to beat Lee with Cook, with McKenna. We still failed to beat Cheltenham, Cambridge, Morecambe,
Shrewsbury.
We have
Shrewsbury.
Yeah,
and that's with having the best squad and Kieran
and the best manager.
Yeah, it does. But it does, because you've got to look at the whole. You've got to look at the whole picture of the season, haven't you? Or the when he's been in charge.
No. You're saying
MK Don's now going to win the league. Did they beat us this season?
Oh, I can't. I don't know if you're on a wind up or not.
Did they beat us this season? Did they beat us? No.
Draws.
We're going to finish second. Have they beaten us yet this season?
I
stood with you at the Wigan game. We should have, we were on top of that game. MK Dons away. We were far better than them in the second half. Okay, so we
can always look at the negatives. Far better than these teams, but we need to be more ruthlessly. You need to be more ruthless.
Absolutely, we need to be more ruthless. We've got to get a system. We've got to get a system that allows us to score that second and third goal. That's not an issue. Of course, we have to do that, but we still technically, I don't see players better than the players. Morgan, you said all these teams that we haven't beat. Absolutely, 100% agree. But how many of them players are technically better than any of ours? They're not. They're not better than ours. You can see they're not better than our players.
This is the first time in 18 months I've sat in this chair and I've genuinely can't work out if you're being genuinely serious or if you're being put up as you've been put up as a bet. I can't work this out.
Come on, have you been put up as a bet, Crunch? Come on. Or you talking about me?
No, you. I can't work you out. I'm thinking, is this someone putting him up for a bet? Because We just finished 1-1 with Shrewsbury. We're sitting in.
You can't. Yeah, but look at your player of the season. You know, you've got no reason to judge me on this, have you? No reason whatsoever.
He's got me there.
Have you?
He has got me
Have
there.
you? You've got no reason.
No. I
on
mean,
that.
but you know,
On that,
had we
you know.
had Lambert in charge still, who knows where we would be right now? He's the only manager still to have guided us to the heady heights of a place in the top 4 in this division.
I agree. I 100% agree. 100%
Put some
agree.
respect on the name. He's
Look
paid a big
what
club.
he did. Look what he did for us. You know, with the players that he had, and it's quite interesting because we're looking at the player of the season now, and everyone's raving about, oh, brilliant, so and so's had a great season, so and so's been brilliant. We could end up on the same points in the same position as that lot we had last season, and everyone said they were absolutely terrible. So where's the difference? It's all about fans' perception of what's gone on and everything, isn't it? But you know, sometimes you've got to look at the players. We have better players than we have the best squad. We do have the best players.
All right.
But you've still got to gel. We've all played the game. We've all might have managed in the game. We might have coached. You know, what other teams do is they do the best with what they've got. And that's the difference. And that there is the difference. You know, you could...
Like, when we're not having a good day, like, we have to dig out them results. Because we're not going to play every week. But
what champions do?
Yeah, exactly.
No, we're not. But you know, we're conceding a lot less goals now. I know we're conceding these sort of goals that are unfortunate. But
30-yard shinners.
Pardon?
30-yard shinners.
The old 30-yard shinners, yeah. But you know what I mean. You watch League One in years gone by, they're all 30 yards because they're not clever enough to get the ball closer, but they score these goals and they all their headers. You know, we don't do that. We play a certain way and we've got to learn to adapt. You know, set pieces, we talk about it. It's set pieces that kill us. We can't score from a set piece. So when the game is tight, we've kept the ball. We've got 70% possession. The team are defending their own 6-yard box. We haven't got that cross. We don't score.
Like Paul says there, he'd rather play shithouse football and win the league than technically great. We've got to have a bit of a mixture next season, Martin.
Yeah, I agree.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Rotherham's the example. We can play shithouse football, but it's not going to get you forward when you go up. Because you're going to come straight back down again.
All right, just do what I think Howard Wilkinson did at Leeds all those years ago. Just change your team, change your approach when you get to a better league. That's what you need to do. Simple as that. Perhaps you don't remember that. I mean, there's a bit wild.
Oh, I do. Of course I do. I'm older than you, mate. I'm older than you. Yeah. I remember Leeds winning that. Yeah, of course I do.
Carl Brooks, got to take your chance and get to out games. Doesn't matter how good you are. If you can't do either of them, you're never going to win anything. And Max honestly thinks this will all change next season. Look, great debate. Could run all night long, but I'm going to pull the show to a close there. 52 minutes is enough. Colin desperately has come in and come out and come in and come out and come in and come out. We'll try and get him on tomorrow's show because he's moving, and I don't think it's in the last because he keeps coming and going and coming and going.
We didn't finish the player ratings.
Backinson was next.
6.
5.
Yeah, he gave the ball away a few times for me.
Too many times.
Yeah.
Too many times. Right. Chaplin.
6.
6. Yeah.
Aluko.
5.
6.
4. Burns.
Quite
6.
quiet for Burns today. Yeah, 6 again.
6. Yeah. Norwood.
Go on, Lee.
7.
Yeah, you got to give him a 7 because he scored.
7. Okay. All right. I'm not going to give you a rating. But there we go. That's the player ratings done. I won't ask you to do Bond. Thompson, when he came on, what did you think of him when he came on?
It was all right, but I'd like to see Baggett play and see what he can do at Rotherham. That'd be a real big test for him, you know, against Rotherham. But I want to see what he can do because he's the future. He's the future, and we've got to see what he can do and just chuck him in. We're not going anywhere. Chuck him in.
Absolutely. Right, I'm off to enjoy my Saturday night. What have you both got planned this evening? Bit of out and deck?
Steak.
I've got some curry chicken kebabs for tea, I think.
Steak and the Masters.
Very nice. Enjoy. Don't forget you can support us through Ko-Fi or become a YouTube member. I see, Ben, your name's not green, like Josh's. But good man, Josh. Enjoy your weekend, says Procrastinating Womble. Glenn says Thompson Twins. And EJ Norris, thanks, guys. Good stuff. We're back tomorrow at 1:30. Tell them tomorrow who's on the show tomorrow with us, Crunch.
Well, you're not. Where are you going?
Not. I'm going to the zoo.
He's in the background. So myself and, I think Is he landed yet?
Oh, what, Phillips? No idea.
I think he's going to watch the game back. I think I might text him saying don't bother because it's not much to catch up with. We've got Verity and Noah on, and if you know about them, they were on the Ipswich Town Twitter page. Noah's a little boy who's raising a lot of money for his teacher, Verity, who's not very well. So we're going to have both of them on at the start of the show, have a little chat with them, and then we will sort of probably chat more about how great our squad is tomorrow.
Is it the best in League One? For another year. Until tomorrow, with love, with care. Thank you, Lee. It's been a pleasure, and thank you very much, Moss. See you soon.
Cheers, guys.
On a journey, looking back on the things that we've taken for granted, but feels like we're learning to be better.